Yeah. Good touch.
27-year-old center back Vanessa Gilles is integral to Team Canada.
Someone, push the line back. Get up. Get up.
She's extremely important.
Take advantage.
Her dominance to win every ball in the box, to win every ball in the air. I think she brings that strength, dominance, presence to each and every game.
Step it up. Step.
She's always doing extra and always in the grow room, just like looking at clips, asking questions, always studying her opponents. She works double time off the field.
Gilles was a revelation at the Tokyo Olympics, going from backup at the beginning of the tournament to starter by the end of it. Incredible for someone who didn't play soccer until she was 15. But to those who know her best, hardly a surprise.
Tell me about young Vanessa. What are your memories of her as a child? What was she like?
Hell.
She was not an easy child. She was a very active child, very fearless, extremely fearless.
She never walked. She started, as soon as she stand up, she started running. Unstoppable. I mean, dangerously unstoppable. We could have lost her, I don't know how many times.
I was in a department store. I had her in a stroller, so she was about 2 years old. I had another belt strapped around her here because she used to climb out. So I had this one and this one. So I'm trying on shoes. And then when the sales lady tapped me and Vanessa had taken off with the stroller on her back, walking like this. Another time she did get out of her stroller. I didn't have her double strapped. And all of a sudden we look and she's out of the stroller and on the other side of the street. That was her.
Gilles spent the first years of her life in Shanghai, China, where her father worked in the hotel industry and where her parents put her in sports to expend her considerable energy.
Everything she did, the instructor would say, oh, she could be really good. She did judo at school. The judo instructor would tell me if she continues, she could be black belt very quickly. Basketball, she plays one time, they put her on the all-star team.
But as an expat, Gilles did not have access to competitive leagues.
There was never any specific training that you could join or clubs to get you to a higher level. It was all just playing for fun, which at times was frustrating when, you want to win and people are there for fun, to enjoy themselves and not take things seriously.
In 2008, when Gilles and her family returned to Ottawa, she started in competitive tennis.
The coach was very impressed with her, even though her level was quite low, and he put her in the master class.
The serve was stronger at the time. She was 11, 12, 13. It was stronger than most men.
She did well on the provincial level. Playing for 2 years, they gave her a wild card to the nationals.
But when Gilles enrolled at Louis Riel High School in a specialized tennis program where most of her training was done alone, it became clear to her that the sport was not for her.
I was going to high school from 9 to 12 in the morning, and then I was at tennis until 7 p.m. I wasn't having fun. I was incredibly lonely, and so I think I fell into this slow depression.
It was painful for her to play tennis at the end. So she was not happy. And it showed.
At one point, I really just snapped, and I sat on the stairs and crying, and I said, I'm done. Cold turkey, I can't with tennis. And my friends were all playing soccer, and they were all having fun, and I remember, watching their team practice at Louis Riel, and everyone was laughing, and so I was like, yeah, well, that's a hangout, like I get to move, let's do that.
She came to see me and said, I want to switch sports, and I was like, you don't want to play tennis? Like, you're one of the best in the country. So I said, okay, you can be our goalkeeper, because I'm thinking we don't have a goalkeeper, and she's an amazing athlete. So our goalkeeper coach, who was also the provincial goalkeeper coach, told us, this girl can be on the provincial team. I said, hey, are you serious? Like, after 2 weeks, she said, yeah, she's amazing. Like, she picks up everything so quickly. So she did that for about, I'm trying to remember, but I think it was like 6 weeks. And then she said, I don't want to be a goalkeeper anymore. So I said, okay, well, we'll move you just a little further up and you'll play center back. And that's when it really started.
Gilles was a phenomenal athlete, and her tennis training gave her an edge. But she had a lot of work to do, and she knew it.
At the time, maybe she didn't have the best technical skills, but it didn't take very long for her to, catch up to everybody else.
I would just go on my own, and I would stay after high school for 3 hours, and I'd just pass the ball in a straight line until I could get 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, and then let's try to lift it.
She was always asking me to go out and do extra training. Do you want to go to the gym? Do you want to go to the field? Just always, let's go practice.
As much as she could, she'd be working on her own.
When everybody else is exhausted from, 2 training sessions that day, she still wants to do more.
She would go through a wall to achieve her goal.
Her learning curve was like, okay, she's getting a little bit better, and then just...
It took a lot of fighting, but all along the way, it was always like, I'm here, I want to be here, I'm here, I want to be here. I think I was never content with where I was.
She caught on with a local club as well, Capital United, and kept getting better.
So at 15, when she joined us, comes in and in no time, because of her work, she gets on the starting lineup. And then once she's on the starting lineup, we cannot play without her. Her work ethics right away, it demonstrated something different, something special. She didn't understand anybody missing training. For her, success came from work, and then if you're not there, you're not gonna get better.
In retrospect, obviously, I always knew that I was somebody who hated losing and wanted to win. Whatever it may be in life, I wanted to win at all costs, and losing chipped away at my soul. And if there was somebody not in the same mindset as me, it did bother me.
Despite her gains, there were still non-believers, and they fueled Gilles' fire.
I would mention I want to play club, or I want to, maybe university, or, Team Ontario, that'd be fun. And people were kind of disregarding me, or, thinking, yeah, no way, you just started, please. Is when I got that edge of let's prove them wrong.
She was only in the soccer program for 3 years. She started from, I'm not playing soccer, to winning provincials with the school, to being on the provincial team as a defender, even though she could have been there as a goalkeeper. And then the rest is history.
Gilles played 4 years at the University of Cincinnati before professional seasons in Cyprus, Division I Bordeaux, and Los Angeles.
One move to get free. Left-footed service. What a start for Angel City!
Now she's an Olympic gold medalist and plays for Lyon, one of the most successful teams in the world.
Vanessa's career path is unique. I've never seen anything like this before or since. She's the type of person that would have done anything to succeed.
It's nothing that I've seen before. If Vanessa wants to do something, she's gonna do it, and she's not gonna let anybody get in her way.
As per usual, Vanessa has dragged me out to train. Just getting ready for the World Cup. Even better. Nicely done. Whenever she comes back home to visit, whenever she has an hour or two to spare, right back out to the field.
Probably not many people have the determination and attitude that she has. She will constantly outwork you. She was just insanely driven.
Whoa! It's just crazy to see how much she's progressed. She used to be the one that she'd say, oh, I'm not very technical, I'm not very good, and now I'm the one who can't keep up with her, so.
From a soccer perspective, I should never have succeeded on talent alone. I have so many friends, so many talented friends along the way in my career, whether that was in youth, college, pro, who were way more talented than me, who expected things to come their way just because they were talented. And that's not how life works, whether that's in sports or career, family. You have to work for what you want and go take it yourself.